Electronic music has always been a big part of the music industry, from producers creating their own tracks and scores to even modern rock bands using trigger pads and laptops to add samples and sound effects to their live performance. It has reached every part of the music industry in some shape or form. The topic of electronic music can lead to vast, technical and confusing details. So for our video we're going to have a look at some of the basics involved with electronic sequencing, the piecing together and creation of a track using various synthesizer patches, drum loops and effects. Our first guest, Adrian Nicholson, has been creating his own electronic music using various sequencers for the past 5 years. From basic sequencers such as Computers Muzzy and Ableton Live, to the more powerful Reason 4, which he can now bend to his will to create his own banging electronic tunes.
Hi, I'm Adrian Nicholson and today I'm going to go through Reason 4 and highlight some of the main functions and features of this extremely powerful MIDI based sequencer. I'm going to start off by creating a simple drum beat first of all, just to give you an idea of how Reason works and the way the sequencer works. So first I'm going to create a redrum computer. The redrum drum computer is a step sequencer. A step sequencer means that you can program in your drums down here in steps, hence the name step sequencer. So when I press run and the kick drum is selected, the kick drum will play on all the steps that I have clicked on. Now, underneath the redrum kit, I'm going to create a synth, and we will be using the Subtractor synth. The default patch that the Subtractor synth has loaded for us is a bass guitar. This can be controlled with a MIDI controller, such as this one. Let's take a look at the sequencer window now. Here we have our toolbar, such as arrow, pencil, eraser, splicer, zoom and grab. These are all pretty standard tools in a sequencer. As you can see here, the redrum has its own sequencing lane since we created it, and the same for the Subtractor has its own sequencing lane. As the name sequencer suggests, it means that you can put things in order which any way you want, which I'll demonstrate now. Okay, so what I've done here is I've just drawn in a couple of random notes here on the piano roll. So we're just going to play it back and see what it sounds like. Groovy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a simple drum beat. Here you can see all the sounds of the drums, which can be auditioned by clicking on them. So you can see I'm just drawing in notes here. And these can be moved anywhere if I just click on this one, and I can drag them anywhere I want. Now I'll just unsolo this. These can be moved anywhere in the sequencer. Obviously you can program different bassline, you can alter this, change it around, and also the same with the drums. I've only just touched on the bare essentials of Reason 4, and I would recommend this program to anybody that's interested in electronic music or even starting to get into producing their own electronic music because of the possibilities, and the possibilities are endless when it comes to Reason 4. Thanks very much. I'm Adrian Nicholson.
Adrian Conway is a second-year audiovisual media technology student in iadt. He's discovered GarageBand, which is another sequencer that can be used in electronic music. He's decided to give us a quick demonstration on the software and, most importantly, get a view from the student's perspective. Hey, what's up, man? So you ready to give us a demonstration?
Yeah. Show you what we do.
So what you got going on?
This is the main GarageBand screen. I insert my instrument track and click on the timeline. This brought up the box where the notes can be displayed. At the bottom of the screen, there is a grid where you can insert notes and put the notes in according to the keyboard keys on the left of the grid. To make my song work, I added some drums, which I used the same process again. To find the snare, tom, etc. for the drums, you can use the keyboard. I used the grid again to insert my notes.
Hopefully with all the information that we have given, you will now have a better understanding of what goes into making electronic music. We'd like to thank Adrian Nicholson for his time and expertise on the subject, and also AVMT student Adrian Conway for his demonstration. But now I think I'm going to have a go at this myself, so thank you very much for watching our video, and we'll see you next time.